0. Okay. Hey guys, we are live. We want to start the Ruby mob. Sorry, the JavaScript mob. In the house, we have Kevin, who's still talking. Kevin, Malcolm, and Crafty Coda, Mise, and Moses. We're just going to begin as we are today. At least today we're showing our faces apart from some few people whose laptops are not so friendly. So I'm going to share my screen and then start randomizing from there. Can you see my screen? Anyone?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Crafty.
Yeah, I'm saying I can.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to be picking numbers from 0 to 9.
0, 1.
Okay, Crafty says, Crafty, what are your numbers?
0, 1.
0 and
1.
1. Okay. Kevin, please give me your numbers. I can't hear you.
It's 2, 8.
2 and 8. Got it. Alright, Lucy, can I have your two numbers? Okay, 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Nice. Mose, can I have your two numbers, please?
Yeah, 5.
3 and 5. Katie, can I have your numbers, please? Katie.
I got.
Okay, which was the remaining? 4 and
1.
4 and 9. Okay, 4 and 9.
God bless.
So let the randomizing begin. Random 9. Sorry, it's run 9. Oh, let's just randomize really quick and then.
I will need to prove it now.
Stop being stubborn, Kevin.
This is the
Okay. The first number is 2, that's Kevin, you're off the hook.
I'm not.
Second number is 2, that's Kevin, you're not off the hook. Third number is whoa.
Yay.
See how it's
and there it is.
Alright, so let me just switch back to my section. Okay, so I'm the one who's supposed to be leading you. Last time we had done, let me just check the calendar. We had done strings and common string methods last time. So now we're going to start from searching for strings on strings. I think it's a subtopic. So let me go to W3 schools. Mimi.
Click on this. On her.
Yeah,
Click on this.
Okay.
Strings, I think, string methods.
Yeah.
Finding a string, searching for strings on strings. Here. All right. So so I have to apologize. I didn't actually read this part, but I'm going to try to explain it as best as I can. So the first, this is searching for a string in a string. So from the first explanation that I understand from this is that we have a string already and we have a nested string, a string inside another string. So this is us searching for a string inside a string. Yeah. So there's the search method that searches for a string, that searches a string for a specified value and returns the position of the match. So in this example, we're going to see how this search method works. So we have a variable str, and in that variable, we're storing the value this. It says, please locate where. Locate occurs, whatever that is. But the simple logic is that we have a string here, locates, which is inside another string. Okay, so we have another variable called pos, and in this variable we're calling search on this string, the very first variable that we placed this in. And what we're searching is the string locate. So we want to see if this finds it. So if you can do this, try it yourself, thing.
Yeah.
All right. So we have it here, the code that we had before. So we're searching for a locate string inside this whole string. Yeah. Oh, sorry, isn't it? And then we're using this document.getElement by ID demo and do this. Can someone tell me what this line of code does? It's not that I don't know. I know. I need to know.
So, what is happening?
Okay, sorry.
Just maintaining my
Can someone mute me when I'm not talking? Someone can mute me.
Okay, so the line was document.getElement by. So this is like we are telling it in this document or in this page, find the demo ID, where the demo ID is located, which in this case is the section where we have the paragraph. Then inside there, if you find that ID, then what you should return there is the value of POS, which is POS, which is a variable that will have the result. We'll have the result of searching str, and we were searching for locate specifically. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, what Kevin said is correct. So in this, we are simply telling this. Apologize. We're simply inputting this right into the browser. We're telling it go look for pause, and pause is a variable of which we've assigned it this method for it to search for this locate method on string, right? So let's run and see what we get. See, it's the same thing. Oh, it displays the. I think it displays the index, right?
So just a question before. Oh, so what was search related?
Actually, what search is actually doing is that it's finding the first occurrence of the string.
Yeah.
So for the word locate, as you can see, the first index of the occurrence of locate is 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Craft is right. That's what search does. So it goes through this string. Let me just explain like this. It goes through this whole string, right? And it searches for what? It searches for locate. So it goes through indexes, right? So P is at index 1, P is at index 0, L is at 1, E is at 2, evo. And then when you reach index 7, this is where the first instance of locate is. And that's how JavaScript finds it. All right? Okay, then there's I hope we've all understood this, the search method. You can write it down somewhere just so you don't forget. Then there's the did you notice part. I think this is a point to note. The two methods, index of and search, are equal. You remember when you used to find an index of a certain string? It was the same way we're calling search on this string. Yeah? They're equal. They accept the same arguments or parameters and return the same value. They both accept a parameter. This is called a parameter. And they also return the same value, which is the index at which the first occurrence is. Right? Okay, the two methods are not equal. These are the differences. So they have similarities and they have differences. So these are the two differences. The search method cannot take a second start position argument. Someone explain this, please. The search method cannot take a second start position argument. Kevin?
Okay, so this one on in our previous Javascript mod, we saw that for indexing, for search actually I just telling it that you can start from zero.
Yeah.
But for index now, if you can maybe try it in console maybe. For index of you are specifying like should start. I remember when I was asking, there was the last time I think that we said the index of was it included 5. I think I asked it what it is when I was it was yeah, so index of you can specify where it should the search should start. And like search which only starts from 0, you cannot get it to start from other index.
Yes, I'm doing.
So for example, I see you have get so we have a string getting get. So I see one to the index of the string get.
Of the current of PT, right?
But then you pass an argument.
Inside this.
Yeah. Maybe 7 as long as the string. Maybe as 6.
Like that. What do we expect from it?
It will be something around index so
There's an error.
index of it will call index of
Oh, on P. Like that?
yeah, so what really happened is we have to get so with index of we are told it we know that the first one will have become the index of 0, yeah? But this time we are telling you don't start from 0, start from 5.
From 6, which is around here.
And after that, we can see the next gate lies yeah, at around 20.
Yes,
It's
20.
20.
Alright. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Okay, you can try search on this.
Just explain why you're using 6.
Yes?
Just explain why you're using 6.
It's a random number.
Oh,
Yeah, we could have used 3 or 8. Let's use instead. Yes.
We chose a group rest.
For 3 there. Okay, so what we did here, Mose, is that we called the index of on this P. P is a string that we declared up here. Yeah. So when we call index of and we give it this getty, we're telling it to search for the first instance of getty here and return the first instance. So if we didn't give it this 3 or this 6, it could have only returned, let me just do this, it could have returned 0 because getty is at index 0. The first G is at index 0. Yeah? Let me do that, sorry.
Give 3 gates.
I think that's cheating. Yeah?
What's cheating?
The first instance is getting, which is 0. And also an instance of getting, which is 20. Which is revealing the first instance. Does it mean the first getting has an index of 0? And the next getting has an index of 20.
Okay. So in our case, we have 2 methods with strings in occurrence of strings in a longer string. So we have getty of Gertrude of getty. Yeah. So in this case, we wanted to search for getty, but we never wanted the first one since we know where the first getty is. So if this index of is used in a case where you have many occurrences, but you already know some that already exist, but you want a particular one. So if you know, if we had 3 getties, getty of getty of getty, we never, and we don't want to pick the first or the second one, we will start our index greater than the first occurrence so that we can get the second one or the third one. Yeah. So index of is used to help us locate strings that are not particular strings that we want. So that's why we have to specify a start. If we specified 1, it would still get the last one because the other one starts from 0.
Okay, so
If you specify zero,
If you specify 0, it will get the first one. You can try that.
Yeah, but I think it does that by default. I think the index of method starts from 0 by default. So if you don't specify, it will start from 0. But then if you want to search or find the next occurrence, that is when you will specify the index. Yeah.
Okay, and what if we give it 1? Will it start from 0 still? That was
Okay.
my first question.
Okay, so searching or index of, as we saw, the counting starts from index 0. So when you have a string, like the first character in the string is 0, so it will start from the left, traversing as it goes. So assuming you have even a space, assuming you have actually a space. Yeah, in the previous mode we were testing if a space is counted as an index value, which we found is true. Space are counted. So if you have maybe get even some space and you check the index of maybe that space value, you find that index. Actually, I think you can use index of, assuming you have a very long string and you are very sure, maybe like for example in our case, it is at, we know it's at, it will be 0, yeah? But if you don't want to do the counting and you saw that somewhere in your string there was the other string get, but you want it, you don't want to return this one, you want to find the next. So this time you'll tell it not to start from 0.
so you start from 1.
So if you start from 1, that means it will start at E.
At E.
At E, actually at E, notice that at E, the value we have at E is 80. 80. And so if you do P dot index get and then you put 1, it will still return 20. Because get is started from
G.
get starts from G, which is at index 0. But you have said that your search should begin from 1. So the moment it goes to 1, it sees that the value I have there is E. So you still continue the search until it finds where G starts. I think Getty can even tell us that.
Okay. So for 1, it will display the one at 20. So if I was to summarize index of, I'd say when you call index of in a string such as this, yeah, and you specify what exactly it should get, we can specify where exactly it should start. So if I don't specify this, it will initially begin from 0. But if I tell it start at index 6, it will go and search for index 6, which is this space, and start searching from there. I hope that is clear.
Does it take 2 arguments? Does it take 1 argument? Can you try that?
Search
E
or
dot index of Getty, just that.
Yeah, it takes 2 arguments, the string and
No, does it take 1? That's my question.
It will only return the first thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I hope that's clear for now.
Yeah.
So the second difference is that index of method.
Who was talking? Was it Getty?
All right. Sorry, I was talking this entire time and I wasn't being heard. So I'm okay now. All right. So okay. I think I should. Jesus, what is this? Where's my pencil? All right. So what I was saying is, when we have probably a string and we call it her tree is going cartoon studio. This is the randomest text I can ever type. And then we call we call index of as a method on this string, right? And in here, we pass it something that we want to get from this string. So maybe I want to get the string cartoon, right? And I go here and I type cartoon. What index of is going to do, it's going to bring me the index at which cartoon starts. So it's going to give me the index C, which is this, right? So that's why we get 18, because cartoon starts at index 18. Yeah. So that's simply what we, and we've seen that we can also specify where to start searching. So imagine if I will if I will start searching for cartoon in, let's say, index number 20. What do you think will happen? Since cartoon is only at index 18, what do you think if I search it at index 20 will happen?
There will be no result.
There'll be no result, yeah? I also think so. There'll be an error. What type of error, Miss?
Okay.
I'm not sure what type of error, but I think it will be an error.
Okay.
I think, to me, I think it's the probably a negative.
Can we get
Probably a negative one. Yes, it's science. But it makes sense.
It will return a negative one as the result.
-1? Why -1?
I'm not certain actually, but I think it's because index of errors in JavaScript don't actually return an error, but return negative value. Then try.
Oh, you want to find it? Oh, it does return a -1. So all of us were right in a way. Yes, it did throw an error, Mise, but it didn't throw an error. It brought a -1. And yes, Mose, it didn't find what it was looking for, so it instead brought a -1. So I hope that's clear. Then the second one is that index of method cannot take powerful search values, which are regular expressions. Do you know what regular expressions are? Is everyone comfortable with that? A regular expression is like a type of expression that holds something that we should search for. I don't know. Let me just search. Regular expression definition. What is that? Definition. I hope this is kind of definition. Okay, so a regular expression is a sequence of symbols and characters expressing a string or a pattern to be searched for within a longer piece of text. Okay, is that self-explanatory? So it's a sequence of symbols and characters representing a string or a pattern to be searched for within a long piece of text. So an example of a regular expression is something like this. Is like this. Let's say I want to search for maybe numbers from A to Z. Probably also want to search for, I don't know if this is how it's written, for numbers from 0 to 1. This is a regular expression. Once you're doing Ruby or even JavaScript or Python, you'll in one way or another run into it. So I'm sure that's a topic for another day. Okay, so we got to this topic, extracting string paths. What do you understand by the term extract? Mise, you haven't talked for a long time.
I think extracting is removing.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Kevin, what do you think extracting is? It's still Googling.
Okay, it's extracted in like Java function and remove or get rid of something.
Yeah, subset is a good word to use. Okay, so extracting is simply removing or subtracting something from. Yeah, subtracting. No. Crafty, please stay off my case. Subtracting. Subtracting. Subtracting something from something else. Tongue twister for me. So there are three methods for extracting parts of a string. The first one is slice, and in slice you give it two parameters. You give it where to start and where to end with the slicing. There's the substring where you give it also a start and an end, and there's also a substring which you give it a start and an end. So sorry, the start and the length. Apologies. So we start with the slice method. Yeah, Kevin.
Not a question. But I was just trying out regular expression with such. I was just trying. I think we can play on that.
Can you share your screen?
You can just do it.
Okay. Will you take me through
Yeah.
the console, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here.
So assuming you have a string,
String
anything.
anything is a good thing.
Okay, in the string, probably we start with maybe some numbers.
A number in between
Just at the start of the string.
at the start.
Number.
Maybe 254.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so that's us.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, then I noticed we have not been using array and variables.
Oh,
You can see the return value.
true.
Uh,
Let me just do that real quick.
yeah, that's okay.
That's yeah.
Then from there, I would say the video was I don't need to pick the
I think we're the same.
okay. So str dot command.
So to str.search.
Then inverted pipes.
Like that.
As in the forward slash. Forward slash.
Is this a forward or a backward?
Then inside the have an array.
Array.
Minus okay. Epi. Lowercase.
Like
So
that?
according to this, I think what I'm going to do is
Anything.
search where I have a character between A to Z. And check where I have any of these. The first occurrence of the characters in between.
Alright. That makes sense.
So yeah, I'll go.
So it's at index 4.
So like in our string, we had 254. So the end begins at
At
Index
index 4.
the space. Yeah.
So it counts space. Sorry. Yes.
No. Yes. This is the question.
So I think it counts also the space as an alphabetic character.
Not as a character, but the space is a character. Yes. Yeah, the space is a character. So
Okay.
so the space is like 3.
Space is at index 3. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Kevin. This is a good example for a good expression. Thank you. And okay, we were at the slice method. So slice extracts a part of a string and returns the extracted part in a new string. Do you get what this does? So if we have a string method and I want to slice maybe th, th. So what slice does is that it takes this th, puts it in another string, and then brings it back to us. That's what I understand by this. So the method takes two parameters: the starting index position, the start, and the ending index position, which is the end. This example slices out a portion of a string from position 7 to position 13. Okay, so it takes indexes as parameters, right? So we have a variable string which has apple, banana, and kiwi. Kiwi is an animal, I'm surprised. So we have another variable called res. Kiwi is a fruit. Okay. It's both a bird and a fruit. Interesting. So we have another variable called res, and in this variable we call .slice on this first string here, right? And we give it two parameters. We give it the start point, which is index 7, and the end point, which is index 13. So index 7 is where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I started from 1, yeah. Okay, sorry. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is at banana, yeah? Yeah, it's at B. So, and where is 13? So if this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, it's at banana, right? So do you think it's going to slice banana, or is it going to slice banana, comma?
Banana. So it's going to give us banana because
Yeah.
when you're using slice operator or rather slice,
Yeah.
you start the starting position, and then your end position. Yeah, it's not included. You return one less index. Will it make sense?
So it's like 13 minus 1.
Yeah, so the last character that you return will be at index 12,
Okay.
not 13.
Awesome. That actually makes sense because we slice this and our answer is banana. What's doing correctly? So if a parameter is negative, if one of these parameters is negative, whether it's negative 7 or negative 13, the position is counted from the end of the string, right? This example slices out a portion of a string from position negative 12 to position 6. So where do you think position negative 12 is here? I think we start counting from here, right?
Yeah.
Do we start from 0 or 1?
Negative 1.
Or we start from negative 1?
Yes.
So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10, negative 11, negative 12. It's still at B, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going up to negative 6. So where's negative 6? It's
But yeah.
Oh wait, we're starting from where again?
No, we are going to start again
From I.
yeah.
Okay, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. It's at here, right? So it's kind of like we're doing the same thing, but backwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. What's it? Are we following through? Okay. All right, so if we're good, we continue. If you omit the second parameter, the method will slice out the rest of the string. So I'm assuming, let's use this example. If I omit 13 and instead I use 7, what do you think will be the output, Crafty?
I should omit everything from 7.
Yeah, so it will omit everything from here all the way to here. Yeah, and it will return banana, comma, kiwi. If I'm not wrong, yes. All right, so, or counting from the end. So this will do the same. It will go all the way from index negative 1 to index negative 12 and omit everything else that is not within that bracket. Oh, let's try it out. Yeah, I'm being too lazy. Yeah, so this is what it does. It comes from here. This is negative 1. So to get to negative 12, we go negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, all the way to B. B is at negative 12. And once we do that, which do we start omitting from here onwards, or Or is it negative 12 that is omitted? I'm not getting here.
Okay, uh, so if we do a negative, we are just changing the direction of the sign.
Okay.
So the start position, okay, in the search goes from, it should be from, not the search, but the value returned is in the direction from left to right.
Yeah.
So if the values are positive, then the positive index position will start returning, will start returning the value from that positive position going forward or onwards up to the end of the string.
Ah,
But for negative, we are just specifying that in this case we are just starting from the end, or which is right, but we will still learn negative. It's like just saying that negative 12 is the same as, was it 7?
yeah.
Yeah, in this
Yes.
position negative 12 is the same as position. I think it was 7. So that is why it became a 7.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. So this is our end result.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So you're saying that negative what is same as 7?
Okay, that's 7. I did an approximation. The first value of, as I can see,
Yeah.
we have A was 0, B 1.
Yeah, Kevin, carry on.
So what I was saying is, at B, there are two indexes that we can take.
And so, actually, I think, as you were saying, actually you started well. I don't know if I'm the one that has gotten the points wrong about. But as you started, you were saying that the direction is from right to left. You have a negative. The omission or the
Okay. So the search can either begin from, actually the search is from left to right.
from left to right. When you have a positive,
The search is any search. How search works, it does the search from left to right. But for indexing, if we count the index of the character, the position.
we're using slice now. Can you please use slice?
Yeah. So for slicing still does the, if we have a positive number, we count the string from left to right. If it is a negative number, we count the string from right. We are counting the index position. That is, if the index position is negative, we start counting from right to left. But the return value of slice will start from the position that you have counted to, where you landed after doing a counting at a positive or negative index. Then it will now go on the right.
On the right direction.
It's now going there. It will return everything because so long as there is still a string, or depending on what you are specifically deciding. So if negative 12 is in the middle of the string, for example, the return value of slice will be from the middle of the string up to the end.
To the end, which is the right.
Yeah.
The omitted one or the return value.
So slice omits and returns 0. Actually, they are not really mutate or modified by initial, but the return value of slice is what you have omitted.
What you've omitted.
Or what you have sliced.
So
Slice was returning the substring of the string.
when we have slice 7, it will return banana and kiwi.
So slice 7, what it will do, we are slicing, it's like we're slicing from position 7.
Uh-huh.
So at position 7 we have B. So in that case, our return value will become 7 after everything part that is still part of the string to the end. So like from position 7, there are still values, yeah. So it will return us everything that is let me say the else part or the rest of the string part from position 7. Don't know if that is clear.
So can you please try slice 7 because I'm a bit confused. On the
For
console,
example, yeah, on the console with the
just copy the text,
some other.
verse string apple banana.
This is right.
You have copied the whole thing up to kiwi.
Also, apologies. Like that, right?
Yeah. So and now slice string dot slice 7.
So this case,
Or what will it return?
so in this case, it will return from banana to return banana to.
And
We saw that it will return the value of rest.
yes.
So 7, B is at position 7. So slice returns from 7
Onwards.
onwards, yeah, in the end of the string.
Yeah.
So if it is a negative, so I was saying that there are two ways of finding the position of a string or a character. You can either start from left, which is start your count from 0, or from right, which is
-1.
yeah, but slicing will begin from where you are at your position by 1.
Understood. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much, Kevin, for that and Crafty for your questions, your unending questions. They help us learn. So we have the second method. I want to finish these three before we could split and meet next time.
And we still have 30 minutes.
30. We have 10 minutes.
It's 3%.
Sorry. Okay, okay. All right. So we have the. Sorry, which one was it? The substring, right? Yeah, we have the substring method. This method. So the substring is similar to slice, but I'm sure not so similar in a way. The difference is that substring cannot accept negative indexes. Substring only accepts positive integers, right? So it does the same thing as slice, but the advantage you have for slice is that we can go backwards. We can do this as negative and negative. We can try this example. So we have a start point at 7 and we have the end point at 13. It's going to return for us the same thing, banana. And what if we had a negative 13 here instead? Yes, it returned the apple actually. So I don't know why it's saying
No,
it can't.
give it one negative value as negative 13 alone.
Or just one. Like that.
Yeah,
It returned the whole thing.
yeah, it has done nothing.
Oh, it's done
Put
nothing.
-1.
-1. I thought I would run it. Round moment. Okay.
So the result is still different. But I don't know if I've unmuted myself.
No, I can't hear you.
Okay, so I think it's unlogical to have slice and substring. Again, because slice can do both ways.
Yeah.
And including substring, when you can do only point and result. But it will maybe in some of the take advantage of having substring, but I think it's because
I can't hear anything you're saying.
I think it's unlogical to have substring, but if anyone can clarify to me maybe a valid reason, I'm still not convinced that substring is essential in this case.
Yeah, I think it's just that you should just know the difference. So that in case maybe somebody was trying to use it, there was an error in that define to the best option. So yes, it's really
Yeah, slice can still do the same.
Um,
Actually, slice is more advantageous since it can be one negative.
I'm thinking maybe slice was an upgrade for substring. Maybe initially we had substring, and then someone clever thought that we could have slice instead. Which they
Yeah, they should check this off.
I know we should tweet them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, lastly, sorry, there's a point to note here. If you omit the second parameter, substring will slice out the rest of the string. Oh, it's just the same as slice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have the substr method.
question.
Yes, Kevin.
Just so they're saying if you omit the second parameter, substring will slice out the rest of the string.
Yes.
So assuming let's have some like
Okay. Gladly. All right.
notice something like that. So we have maybe some variable.
Okay, just in case you guys can't see what we're doing when we switch to the console, you can look to the right of the video. I don't know if it's going to flip. It could be on the left, but you can look on the right of the video. This is where we have our console. This is our console right here. Okay, Kevin, please carry on.
So assuming we have a variable which contains some
What should the string say?
anything,
After what should the string say?
anything is.
Anything is awesome. Anything is awesome
Okay, so that's our string. Yeah.
and random.
Yeah. Yes. You can terminate the end of the expression as complete.
Okay.
So we have to call is it substring?
Yeah. So str dot, just like that, I think.
Capital S. Was it? Oh, it was.
You omit, you are trying to get omitting the second.
Yeah. So
Just like that.
which will be then this case, okay.
Slice out the rest of the string.
Our return value will be.
Wait, are we talking about
We
substring
were
or
talking about
substring?
it was not substring. So
Substring, like that.
capital is it capital S for the
It's not.
huh. Yeah. Okay.
This one, right?
Yeah.
So like this one will have anything from
In
from
from the third string.
oh yeah. So when you have now just what you yes, then another argument negative. So what are we at? So we say that one is set negative.
So usually, like, it will think it will omit from
Three.
MG, the half, the first half. Or is it the first half? Or just H? Yeah, that's my answer. I don't know if you can see my screen. I think Memongelo ya Bubu is wrong.
Answer is N, yeah? Yeah. I think if you go to there's something you said. Can you just scroll down a little?
Sorry.
Can you just scroll down a little?
Alright.
So it means where was the place? But why that
This is the side. But I think it's just me.
Because in our case, it has returned.
It has returned.
So it's like, yes, our search is from 3, but it does not accept. So it's like it cannot search. It found nothing.
Okay.
So, I'm assuming that it was a negative.
Yeah.
Which one did you try and it gave a negative?
Mm.
Oh, that was
I think it was
that was the
sub without the substring.
We still haven't.
we are under substring. I just noticed that if you call substring with two arguments with the second one being a negative, it returns
Back to the first line,
up to what you
Yeah.
understand as substring.
up to where it started.
Right.
I was wondering how I was stuck here over here.
So maybe we use 8, right? And then probably negative 80. Just to see that it goes. Just to see that it goes to negative.
Oh, yeah, that's something like this.
Anything.
Oh, anything, yeah, anything, anything, any something.
What did you mean any something? Alright.
So, so it's like with the negative.
It assumes the negative part.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like it doesn't take recognition of the negative part. It doesn't take the first argument.
So graphic is saying assumes the negative. The substring was returning, it was a slice.
Yeah, can you
It
please
return as-
can you give 8, 10? It will return at the space and I. You are not sure.
Yeah.
8, 10.
Yeah.
Like
Enter.
that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the space and I. It will start from 8 to till 10. But if you give it a negative value, it doesn't take recognition of the 8. It takes 8 as the thing.
Okay, so how about we try with you see we give it 8, right? And you said it assumed this other one.
Yeah.
How about we just give it 8 okay? What just 8?
It will give from I to the
All of them.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So any negative 8,
The whole string.
the whole string positive. Okay. So once it gets the negative, it acts up. It's like I'm just going to return what you told me to return. I hope you're good.
Stand.
Yeah, it's very challenging. Sorry, I can't hear you. Sorry?
I would say that the ability to practice very correct so that you can execute the different strings like this.
How about? Hello, how do you answer? Okay, sorry guys. For how long has it been like that? Is it on now? Yeah. Okay. Now it's refusing to go back. Okay, can you see my screen? Okay. Nothing.
I actually have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah. How can you not see my screen? Let me stop sharing and try sharing again. How about now? Yeah, okay. Thanks guys, this has been awesome. We might just carry on from there next time because we have screen sharing issues and we're kind of out of time. So, because you can't see my screen, let me just tell you what we've done and what we're going to do. So today we've done searching for a string in a string, and then we looked at 2 extraction methods for strings. We looked at the slice method and the substring method. So when we come next time, we're going to look at the sub method and then move on from there to the basic components and etc. So thank you. You guys have been awesome. Keep the questions coming. And you can watch our YouTube link. I'm sure you're listening if you're watching it. And I will see you next time. Anyone has a parting shot? Oh, there's something we got to look at from Lucy. There's sorry, there's a link at the father's right from Lucy. I can't open it since you can see my screen.
I think Lucy can open. Or
Yeah. Yes, I see someone's finished. Kevin, your screen is sharing.
even just share this. Just follow the link
Yeah.
since you have it.
Wow. All right.
So, so we have string that slice. We have the start and stop, same to substring. What they have in common, it's if start equals stop, then return empty string. If stop is omitted, extracts characters to the end. But if either argument is greater than the string length, the string's length will be used instead. If either argument is greater than the string's length, then the string length. Then distinction is that if if the start is greater than the stop, then substring will swap those two arguments. We should try this bit next.
Okay.
If either argument is negative, then it is treated as if it was zero. This is for distinction of substring. So like this for if we have negative, it is treated as zero. Then for slice, if the start is negative, is greater than stop, then slice will not swap the two arguments. Oh, so that's why, for example, if you have 8, then negative something, it is returning from 8 going backwards to 0. It is like doing the swap, treating the negative as 0. That is for substring. But for slice, it does not do the, it does not, slice does not do the swapping. So if start is negative in slice, then it sets the character from the, we saw that slice negative here, it's not from the end of the string as the subtiary. If stop is negative, set stop to this. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll do some more
So
examples or maybe.
let me save this link. We'll look at it next time. Okay, so nice having you guys on the broadcast.